Hey guys, my name is Espo and this is my first video on this channel. And today I'm going to be talking about why the League of Legends community is so toxic and some possible solutions to fix this toxicity in the future. So I love League of Legends. I love playing this game and I love going into ranked with friends and doing solo queue and duo queue and all that stuff. But recently I've had a hard time playing the game because the players are very toxic and it's very hard for me to actually sit down for 30 minutes to an hour and play a game when I'm getting flamed all the time. So I know a lot of you guys in this community know that it's very hard to play the game when you see that red button, that red play button, and you're so close to pressing it, but you just don't want to because you know exactly what you're going to be dealing with as soon as you press that button. And for some people it's easy, and for some people it's not, myself included. So why is the League of Legends community so toxic? Like what are the reasons for their toxicity? So one of my theories, and this is, a lot of people know this and understand this, is that players in solo queue and normal games and anything in the game, they like to emulate the pros that they see. So, for example, when I first started playing, I loved to play Katarina because I initially watched Scarra to learn how to play the game. So I bought Katarina and I just spammed games on her. I would go like 0-7 because I had no idea how to play her, and people got pissed at me for it. Like I just wanted to learn how to play Katarina because Scarra was playing Katarina. And a lot of people in ranked games, they do the same thing. They see a pro. In the LCS, they play games on these random champions that a pro whipped out one day, like, Afro Move playing Alistar. People mess up the combos all the time. That just happens. And another reason people seem to be toxic and ranked is they also try to emulate streamers as well. So a huge example would actually be Trick2G. So people will play Volibear or Udyr, and they will just, farm the jungle and, ignore their lanes, or they'll lane as Volibear and just, not roam or do anything, but just push in that lane. And then they'll kill people and, yell like, I'm a boss and stuff, and, flame the other team for being the best and dancing all over their bodies. Yeah, I can understand why people would be toxic for that, but that is kind of a big reason. And people on, your team, when, you're playing Volibear or Udyr, they'll get pissed and they'll be like, wow, you're such a Trick2G wannabe, what are you doing? This is kind of ridiculous. So a lot of people will become toxic because they see people that try to emulate pros and spam those champions and lose on them, and they try to emulate streamers and spam those champions that they play and got popular from and lose with them. So those are two kind of influential reasons why people are toxic. And another reason why playing ranked in League of Legends is so toxic is because it's a team game. Now this might sound kind of simple, but listen to this. You always depend on your players when you're playing the game. So if one person messes up on your team, the 4 other people are going to start flaming, or one person might flame, and it causes a huge snowball of flamers. Champions can snowball, but also ragers can snowball. So just keep that in the back of your mind. So those are some main reasons why the League of Legends community is toxic. And there's always going to be ragers, there's always going to be people complaining, but there are some solutions that you can take that everybody should know by now. This game's been out for, 3 or 4 years, and these options have been around forever. But one solution is you need to accept that people make mistakes all the time. I make mistakes so many times in games, and people rage me for it, but you know what? I'm human, I have flaws, and there's nothing I can do about the mistake I made. Let's move forward and finish out this game and win or lose, depending what happens. Another solution is to just report the player that's being toxic. Not a lot of people actually take the time after the game to, report the player that is cussing you out or, causing your team to be, stressed and lose and stuff. You don't have to go at the end of the game and be like, wow, I'm reporting you, you're such a loser, I hate you, man. Like, you just be quiet, just be silent to yourself, press the little report button, and that's it. Let the tribunal deal with him, okay? And then another solution is not to feed, I don't want to say feed the troll, but don't feed the rager, Let the guy rage, let him get hot in the head and let him, get, red face and everything, and just let him calm down while he's raging. He can rage all he wants. You play your game, because your game is what's going to help your team win. If you fall into his trap of being a rager, and like I said earlier, champions can snowball, and so can ragers. So you just need to make sure to play your game and to not feed into his rage and, just, I keep emphasizing play your game, but really do play your game. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you guys can please leave a comment in the video, or if I post this on Reddit, please leave a comment in the Reddit thread sharing your stories and explain why some players are toxic, and maybe give some reasons. This is a very controversial topic, and it's kind of a broad topic to talk about, but I think it's very important, and I'll make more videos about this in the future. These are just a couple of problems that I see and a couple of easy solutions that you can do to counteract these ragers. So again, this was my first video, and thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and have a good day.